How do the rich keep getting richer? It's not just about having money, it's about knowing how to grow it. You see, it's like a game, and those who understand the rules win big. These rules are not just for the wealthy, they are for everyone. We're here to discuss the strategies and tricks that the affluent use to keep expanding their wealth. Intrigued, you should be. First off, let's talk about debt, specifically how the rich leverage it to build wealth. Now, when you think about debt, you might picture credit card bills or student loans, but not all debt is created equal. There's such a thing as good debt. Good debt is a tool, a bit like a ladder that helps you reach something otherwise out of your grasp. It's a strategic investment, one that has the potential to generate higher returns in the future. This is the kind of debt that the wealthy often use, like low-interest loans or mortgages. They take on this debt not because they can't afford to pay up front, but because it's beneficial to them. How so, you ask? Well, they take these loans and put them to work in assets that appreciate or generate cash flow. Think real estate or businesses. For example, they might use a mortgage to buy a rental property. The rent they collect covers the mortgage payments, and any extra is profit. Over time, the property appreciates in value, and when they decide to sell, they make a tidy profit, having used the bank's money to fund their investment. This is a simple example, but it illustrates the point. The wealthy don't just take on debt, they leverage it. They make it work for them, and in doing so, they build wealth. Next, we delve into the world of tax loopholes and shelters. You see, it's not just about making money, it's also about keeping it. And one way the wealthy do this is by minimizing their taxes. Now, don't get it twisted. We're not talking about tax evasion, which is illegal. We're discussing tax avoidance, which is perfectly legal and often encouraged. The rich often employ a myriad of strategies to reduce their tax footprint. One of these strategies is tax-efficient investing. This involves choosing investments that are taxed at a lower rate, such as long-term capital gains or qualified dividends. By doing this, they can keep more of their earnings and reinvest them to grow their wealth. Another strategy is the use of offshore accounts. Now, the word offshore might conjure images of shady dealings, but in reality, many offshore financial centers are well-regulated and perfectly legal. They offer a variety of financial services and tax benefits that can help the rich protect their assets and reduce their taxes. Charitable donations are yet another tool in the wealthy's tax-minimizing toolbox. By giving to charity, they not only contribute to a good cause but also lower their taxable income. And in some cases, they can even maintain some level of control over the donated assets by establishing a charitable trust or foundation. Now let's talk about tax shelters. These are any method of reducing taxable income resulting in a reduction of payments to the tax-collecting entity. The rich often use retirement accounts, real estate investments, and even certain types of life insurance as tax shelters, allowing them to defer or completely avoid paying taxes on their income or gains. All these strategies, from tax-efficient investing to charitable donations to tax shelters, are used by the wealthy to legally minimize their taxes. And the money they save? It's often reinvested, helping them grow their wealth even further. So you see, when it comes to taxes, it's not just about what you earn, but also about what you keep. And the rich, they're pretty good at keeping a lot. Now let's talk about compound interest. This is the secret sauce that makes the rich richer. It's like a snowball, starting small, but as it rolls down the hill, it gathers more snow, growing larger and faster. This is exactly how compound interest works. The wealthy understand this principle and use it to their advantage. They invest in long-term vehicles such as stocks, bonds, and other assets. As the returns on these investments are generated, they don't just sit back and enjoy the gains. Instead, they reinvest these returns back into the original investment. This process is repeated over and over, and with each cycle, the initial investment grows exponentially. The key to mastering compound interest is patience. It's not about quick gains, but slow and steady growth over time. This strategy might seem simple, but it requires discipline and foresight. Have you heard of bargain shopping in the investment world? It's not about snatching up the latest tech gadget or designer handbag for a steal, but rather it's about spotting undervalued assets with the potential for serious growth. Just as you might scour the clearance rack for a hidden gem, the wealthy are constantly on the prowl for underpriced stocks, properties, or businesses. They know the value of a dollar and understand that it's not about how much you spend, but rather how much you can make from what you've spent. The trick here is to have an eagle eye for assets that are priced below their intrinsic value. This could be a stock that's been overlooked by the market, a property in an up-and-coming neighborhood, or a business that's just one innovation away from hitting it big. Once these assets are identified, the rich swoop in, purchase them at a low price, and then hold on to them. They're not in it for the quick buck. Instead, they're playing the long game, waiting for these assets to appreciate and potentially deliver a hefty return on their investment. So, the next time you're thinking about investing, don't just follow the crowd. Do your own research, find those hidden gems, and remember that patience is key. Next is diversification. One of the key strategies that wealthy individuals employ is to never rely solely on a single source of income. This is like placing a bet on multiple horses in a race. The more you have, the higher the chances of winning. The rich diversify their income streams to ensure money keeps flowing from all angles. They invest in stocks, real estate, their own businesses, and even royalties. Think about it like this. If one stream dries up, they've got several others to fall back on. It's a safety net, a buffer against financial instability. Moreover, this approach also opens up opportunities for exponential growth. As they say, it takes money to make money. By having multiple income streams, they're constantly feeding their wealth, allowing it to grow and expand from multiple directions. Timing is everything, especially in the investment world. You've probably heard this phrase a time or two, but what does it really mean? Well, when it comes to investments, it's all about buying low and selling high. But how do the wealthy master this timing? They do it by understanding and leveraging market cycles. A market cycle is the period between a high and a low in a market. It includes both the contraction phase, when prices fall, and the expansion phase, when prices rise. The wealthy investors, they don't just guess these cycles, they study them. They watch the markets, understand the trends, and use this knowledge to their advantage. But it's not just about observing the markets. The wealthy also leverage expert advice. They surround themselves with financial advisors and market experts who can provide insights based on their experience and understanding of the market. These experts can help identify the right time to buy an asset when it's undervalued, and when to sell it when it's at its peak. But here's the thing, it's not about perfect timing, because no one can predict the markets with absolute certainty. It's about making educated decisions, understanding the risks, and being patient. Remember, the goal is to optimize returns, not to hit a home run with every investment. So the takeaway here is that the rich know when to hold 'em and when to fold 'em. They understand that mastering timing in the market is a key strategy in wealth creation. Now let's talk about passive income. Passive income, dear friends, is the golden goose of wealth building. It's the income that keeps rolling in with minimal to no effort on your part. Imagine having a money-making machine that works day and night, whether you're on vacation in the Maldives or sleeping peacefully in your bed. Sounds dreamy, doesn't it? Well, the wealthy don't just dream about it, they live it. How? By owning assets that produce passive income. These assets could be anything from rental properties to dividend-paying stocks. They buy an apartment, rent it out, and voila, they've got a steady stream of income. They invest in companies that pay dividends, and just like that, they're making money even while they're off playing golf or sipping champagne. But it's not just about buying assets, it's about buying the right ones. The wealthy are meticulous in their choices. They look for assets with potential for growth and stability. They don't just want to make money, they want their money to grow. And the best part? This passive income isn't just about making their lives easier. It's also about freeing up their time. Time they can use to find more ways to make money, to invest in new ventures to further grow their wealth. The rich understand that the best income is passive income. It's the income that keeps working, even when they aren't. It's the income that helps them build wealth, without taking up all their time. It's the income that makes the rich richer. Connections matter, especially when you're rich. Picture this, you're at a private event, mingling with individuals who have reached the pinnacle of their respective industries. You're not just making small talk, you're making connections, and these connections are the secret weapon of the wealthy. Elite networks are like exclusive clubs, offering access to a wealth of opportunities that are often out of reach for the average investor. These networks open doors to the kind of deals that can significantly boost one's wealth. From venture capital pitches for the next big tech startup to real estate opportunities in up-and-coming neighborhoods, these are the kinds of investments that can be game changers. But it's not just about money, it's about information. Insider knowledge can be just as valuable as a hefty investment. Knowing industry trends before they become mainstream, understanding the intricacies of emerging markets, or even getting a heads up about regulatory changes can all provide a substantial edge in the race to wealth. And let's not forget the power of collaboration. The rich often join forces to invest in large-scale projects, sharing the risk and the reward. This kind of collective investing can lead to larger returns, spreading success across their network. In essence, the rich know that it's not just what you know, but also who you know. It's about leveraging connections and exclusive networks to gain access to opportunities and information that can accelerate the growth of their wealth. Ever wondered why the rich seem frugal? Well, it's not because they're tight-fisted. It's because they understand a fundamental principle of wealth accumulation. You need to reinvest your profits, not spend them. Yes, you heard it right. When the wealthy come across extra cash, they don't rush out to buy the latest sports car or designer fashion. Instead, they put that money back to work. They might invest in a promising startup, buy shares in an undervalued company, or perhaps purchase a piece of real estate. They could even pour it back into their own businesses, fueling growth and generating even more profit down the line. Each dollar reinvested is a seed, planted in the fertile ground of the market, ready to grow into a towering tree of wealth. This smart reinvestment strategy is one of the key ways the wealthy keep getting wealthier. The rich understand that wealth is not about how much you spend, but how much you keep and grow. Last but not least, let's talk about scalability. The wealthy have mastered the art of investing in businesses that can grow exponentially. They don't just aim for linear growth, they target the kind of growth that multiplies and snowballs. These scalable businesses are often in sectors like technology or franchising, where a single great idea or product can be replicated across markets and even borders. Think about the tech giants of today. They started with a single innovative idea, and now they're global powerhouses. A scalable business model allows for rapid expansion with minimal incremental cost. But the key to success here is not just to start a scalable business, but to nurture and invest in it until it reaches its full potential. This takes patience, strategic planning, and a keen understanding of the market. The rich understand that the real wealth is in creating something that can grow beyond them. It's about planting a seed, nurturing it, and watching it grow into a mighty tree that bears fruit year after year. These strategies are not exclusive to the wealthy. Anyone can adopt them. Wealth isn't just about luck or inheritance. It's about strategy, knowledge, and making the right moves at the right time. Please like and subscribe for more content to help you achieve financial freedom.